Mhm. Hello, good morning. I hope that all is good. I hope that the audio is good. Let me check. Okay, the image I can see here that is working. I hope that the audio is working as well. So please let me know if there is anything wrong with audio or image. All right, guys? So, good morning. Good morning. And welcome again to our Spirit Society of Ireland speech, Sunday speech. For those who doesn't know me, my name is Neide, Neide Mota, but call me Neide. I'm a volunteer of Spirit Society of Ireland, and today I will be doing the Sunday speech for you. So we are here today to have a conversation, all right? And okay, I think all is good. Nobody complains. Nobody um, complains about audio or image. So let's proceed. First things first, let's do our initial prayer. All right. Dircy, kiss for you, my dear. Audio and sounds are good. Good. Thank you very much, Dircy. All right, let's do it. Let's do our initial prayer. I will invite you all at this moment. If you can close your eyes, but it's not obligation. If you're not, you keep your eyes open. It's important you feel comfortable with, okay? And let's raise our thoughts to the Master Jesus and to the good spirits. Ask them to guide us through the speech today. Asking for the good spirits, the mentors of Spirit Society of Ireland, Yahweh's mentor, to be with us at this moment, to help us receive these teachings of Spiritism with an open heart and an open mind. And these words can help us to better understand life and what we are doing here. God be with you. So be it. All right, that's it. Now we are official start our speech. And today the topic that I brought to you. Wait, how I did that? That? Nope. Put it. Wait, wait. Nope. I try again. Yay! Now it's working. Perfect. My slide is here. I'm there. Slide is big. I'm small. Good. Three parts that compose our being. I will talk today about something that is no, it's quite technical. Forgive me if I'm not give you like a full explanation because I will talk can I say as a simple person with like simple words. I'm not going further on like technical details or I think is who can talk and explain very well about this topic is someone from the science or medical background, and we have amazing speech from this on YouTube. If you search about this topic, you find people who really are from the field, like doctors, scientists, that they talk very much about, very good about the topic. Today I will bring just, how can I say, a little piece, like a little bit of what is that and how we see that, how Spiritism tell us about this topic, okay? So be patient with me. And if I say something that you think that is wrong or something, please just send in the chat, correct me. We are here doing this together. I'm not a teacher, I'm not a specialist, so we're learning together, okay? And so, what are the three parts that compose our beings that I'm talking about? Who can guess? Huh? I'm talking about that are who knows this image? I think for those who are familiar with Spiritism, for those who study Spiritism for quite a while, they have seen this image quite quite well and quite a few times, and they know exactly what is that. But for those who are seeing this image for the first time, can you imagine like what is that? So here we have the image, the three parts that compose our being here in this planet. Let's always remember that this is the being and the planet Earth in this environment that we are living right now. Okay, coffee. So we are talk about um, spirit, spirit, perispirit, and material body. So the small one, this little light, this flesh, is the spirit. The middle one, that is a shape of a body but is not completely shaped, is the perispirit. And the other one is our body, as you know, as we are, yeah, is body. So the beings, the human beings, they are formed for three parts. The three parts that is essential for our life on this planet. Because even when we are spiriting, sometimes we don't talk much, or sometimes we don't even remember much about this. We just so immersed in our material life and all the problems, and that we forget that our body is not just the body. Our body is much more than we think and that we can remember. Our body is composed of other substances, you know, not just the material one, but the spiritual one. You know, it's like the material, like the machine, the software, and the hardware. It's like a computer, right? When you see a computer, for example, we just see the machine. We don't remember that inside there is other components that make our computer works. You know, and what is that? What is this other parts? These other two parts that we are talking about that we don't know much about it. You know, what is the perispirit? Perispirit is the light body, or don't know, that is inside of our body, that make our body to work. You know, and the spirit is like the intelligence that make us to move, to think, is like the base of everything. You know, it's like the most, I think, say this most important thing that we have, that is the spirit. Because without the spirit, we are just a body, but no think, no sentiment, no feeling. All the feeling, all the sentiment, everything that is sentimental is in our spirit, is recorded in our spirit, you know. And this is what takes us to be different from the other materials in this planet, because we have these spirits that give us the intelligence, give us the thoughts that we can make, you know, that we can be different, you know, from the even the animal world, because the animals they don't have like spirit as we have. We have different ones. But I'm not to go to this part today because we are talking here about just the human beings, the men, let's say. And just a second that I will bring here. God, and you can ask from where the spirits come from where uh, we come from. We are created from God, so God create the spirits. The spirit is the particle that God create to make us in this world. And we don't have exactly even in the spirit's book or in the other spiritist book, we don't have exactly the answer from where uh, God make us. They create us from the eternal matters. Morning, Stephen. Good to have you here. So God created us, the spirits are simple and ignorant, and make us develop during the life. And how the spirits connected to the perispirit and the body. So the spiritist teaching say that for each environment that we live, for every, for example, planet or world that we habitate, we have to have a specific body that adapted to the circumstance of the world. Let's take Earth, our planet. To live here in the Earth, we have to have a body that is adapted to the system, to the environment of the planet. That's why we have our body that is adapted to this world, right? So the spirits cannot simply come here and you be how you act in this world. That's why the spirits connected to the body, but to the spirits connected to the body, we need the third element, that is the perispirit. Because the spirit itself, as I said before, is just this point of light, like this, like just a spark of light, like almost it's difficult to us, for example, in this world to see it because we don't have these conditions to see the spirit itself, the pure spirit itself. You know, we don't have conditionals because this world is not adapted to just the spirit. That's why we need the perispirit, because the spirit connects itself to the perispirit, and the perispirit connects itself to the body. That makes us material. The difference is like the perispirit and the body both are material, like different stage, but it still matters. Material matters. Both are matter. So this means that both are. The difference is the stage. The body is solid, that we can touch, we can see, we can hug, and the perispirit is in a different stage of matters. It's more like a like the stage of water, like ice and vapor. I forgot how to say vapor in English. Oh my gosh. It's more like a steam. Steam. I mean, it's more like a steam. And sometimes we don't see it, but this doesn't mean that it's not there. You know, it's just the fact that it's very light. It's so light. It's so dissolved that we cannot see it in the with our eyes in the stage, like in a hard perspective. So that's why when we see, for example, a ghost, when we see a ghost or almas penadas, assombration, when we say in Portuguese, we are seeing the perispirit. We are not seeing the spirit. We see this is a vulgar way to say that I see a spirit. No, we don't see the spirit. We see the perispirit. This is one that you can see, because the spirit itself is so different. It's like a energy that we cannot see it. We can feel, but we cannot see. The perispirit is the one that makes itself sometimes visible for some people, and then they can see. No, that is the difference between the body and perispirit and the spirits, because they are different composed. And when we have some stories and some books of spiritism, for example, that spirits that visit another worlds and travel sometimes, and this make me think. It's just observation that I'm doing here. Sidebar. That when we go to the other worlds, probably don't use the matter that it probably is just the spirits who travel and use another bodies according with that word. Because as the spiritism said, every body is according with the word that's adapted to the circumstance. Okay, let's go for the next slide. On the spirit book, here, the question 88, they say, does soul have a fixed, limited, and unchangeable form? And they say, for us, yes, but not for you. You can imagine them as a flame, germ, or eternal spark. And then the soul, that they are saying the soul is the spirit, right? So they are saying here that for them, for the high spirits, for the spirits, that are much more evolved than us, they are in a high sphere, they can see basically the form of the spirits. But for us that we are here, we can't. So they say that we can imagine as a flame, gleam, or a ethereal spark. So that sometimes we see just the point of light shining. Maybe it can be a spirit. I don't know. So and they ask, this flame or spark colored? So there is a color. You can identify by color. To you, it would vary between a dull gray and brilliant ruby, depending on the degree of the spirit's purity. Geniuses are usually represented with a flame or star in their forehead, in allegorical illusion to the essential nature of spirits. The flame or star is in the head because it's the center of intelligence. So, our intelligence center, that is on this, some people call chakras, or my memory is terrible today. Sorry, guys. Yeah, but some people call them chakras. That we have the center one and the intelligence one that is in the middle of the forehead. That's why they say that some genius and some cultures they use the star or they use something here to identify, the spirit. So that's why, you know. And that's why they say here that yes, and the color can be different variation. As I said, I think more advanced are the spirits, more light and bright. And if it's not much, it's more not dark, but it's more gray, as they say here. And I think the one that is brilliant ruby is probably the highest ones. And here they say the perispirit when carnal body have then the source in the same primitive elements, both are matters, although under two different states of it. The spirit draw the perispirit from the place where they find themselves. That is to say, that this envelope is formed from the ambient fluids. The result is that the constitutive elements of the perispirits must have according to the words. So this is what we are talking about, that I was talking about, because they take what they need to make the form according to the word that we live. So is every matters according with the word and the circumstance that the word can provide, as we could see before. And just a second, I have to find my notes. That's another important point that I want to bring. And I think it's on the next slide. Yeah. I have prepared this part of the Genesis. Genesis chapter 11, items 17 and 18. That was very interesting, and I would like to share with you guys because I think it's very good. This part is incarnation of the spirit. They talk about the incarnation of the spirit. And they say Spiritism teaches us the mode of union between spirits and matter through incarnation. The spirit due to its spiritual essence in an unlimited abstract being, which can have no direct action upon matters. An intermediary is necessary to it. This intermediary is the fluid envelope which makes it some sort of integral parts of the spirits, a semi-material envelope connecting matter with spirit by its ethereal nature. Like all matter, it is drawn from the universal cosmic fluid, which is submitted to circumstances and special modification. So they are talking about the perispirits, and the perispirit fluid is then the bond between spirits and matter. This means, like, as I said before, without the perispirit, we cannot have this connection. We need something to connect both, intermediary, as they say here. During its union with the body, it is the vehicle for transmitting thoughts to different parts of the organism, which act under the impulsion of will. It also transmits to the spirits the sensation caused by External agents. Its conductor wires are the nerves which are used as telegraphing when the electric fluid has metallic wire for conduction. So it's very interesting, imagine, because all the sensation, all the feeling that we have on the body is transmitted through the perispirit to the spirit. All the sensations and all the feelings. So it's work, like they say, as a connection. It's like, and just to imagine the body, that is all the nervous system and all the complex of the body and how it's work. And it's connected to the perispirit that works in the same way to bring this information to the spirit. It's a very complex and very interesting, I can say. As I said, we can, if you start to study, like for example, the compose of the just the body without, let's forget about spiritism. If you take just the body and see part by parts on the science has explained all the parts of the body is already very complex. So imagine that even with the complexity, without the perispirit, and the spirit doesn't mean anything, you know, because everything is connected one thing to another. And then the item 18, they say, when the spirit must incarnate in a human body, its process of formation, a fluid connection which is none other than the expansion of the perispirit, attached it to the germ toward which finds itself attached by an irresistible force from the moment of conception. So look what is interesting here, because what they say is how this connection happens, how we connect the spirit per spirit to the body on the moment of when our bodies is made, when we are being creation, you know, and as we know that science explained already, and we know exactly how it's work. Once that the conception is made, that the sperm found the ovule and the connection is made, is the being start to formate in the uterus, you know, in the woman body. From this moment, is like they say, there is a magnetic attached that the spirit that is determined is programmed to incarnate in that body. They make the connection in this moment. From the moment that the little seed inside of the body start to take form, start to being created, is already the spirit, or the perispirit in this case. It's attached to this seed by a invisible, like say, visible line. It's not, doesn't mean that it is straight away, as we, I for example, I thought before, that once that the baby is formed, the spirit will jump on that on the body there inside, and you'll be like, oh, it's completed. No, it's different, as I say. It's a preparation that while the body is forming, while the baby is growing and forming inside of the belly, the spirit is like beside, connected to a line, and they are preparing himself to connect to the body. They you say here on the front, by measure, as the germs unfold, the connection shortens. So more the during the gestation, the the baby is growing, this connection is becoming shorter and shorter to attach it to the perispirit and the body. It's very interesting thing. Under the influence of the vital material principle of the germ, the perisphere, which possess certain properties of matter, is unity molecular by molecular with the forming body. Hence, one can say that the spirit through the perispirit take root in the germs like a plant in the earth. When the germ is entirely developed, the union is complete, and then it is born into outward life. So it's very interesting when they take this example that is like a root and the germ, like a plant on the earth, because it's like they are connecting, they are connecting, they are connecting. When the the the, the seed is ready to blow, the connection is complete. So when the baby is ready to born, this means that all the connections is already completed, and the spirit is already on the body. So it's 100% completed. Is a very interesting situation that I have very knowledge about it, and when I read this one, it's like blow my mind. Okay, by contrary effect, this union of the perispirit and flesh, which has accomplished under influence of the vital principle of the germ, when the principle ceases to act in consequence of the decay of the body, death is the result. The union, which was only maintained by an attractive force, ceases when the force ceases to act. Then the perispirit detaches itself molecule by molecule, it as it was unity, and the spirit is rendered free. It is then not the departure of the spirit which causes the death of the body, but the death of the body which causes the departure of the spirit. So basically, what they're saying that once that we complete this attachment with our spirit, spirit body, we have like a battery, a life to live. That is, I always know, like we can live like everyone is different, but let's say that I came to live in this life with a battery that will say to me that my body will live for 8 years or 90 years old. It's like once that my body died, as I said, my body is like, okay, done, your battery is done, time to go. This the same way that they connect on the board when we board for the beginning, this will disattach it. And as I say, it's not my spirit doesn't decide, okay, I'm gonna leave this body and my body will die, for example. No, it's the death of the body. So my body have to die, that my spirit can detach it and set free. You know, uh, it's very things, but we are not talking about, for example, accidental death or accidental death. That is another thing. It's a case that we have to look just for different types of deaths or how is another subject that I don't want to. We don't want to go to this field today. We are just keeping the very simple and just focus on spirits per spirit. Okay. Okay. Therefore, instance after death, the integration of the spirit is complete. In fact, its faculties acquires a great perspicuity, whereas the principle of life is extinguished in the body. This is by itself an evident proof that the vital principle and the spiritual principle are two different things. So, yeah, and let's just complement what we are saying about the faculty of the spirits, because who lives is the spirit, or and the spirit, not the body, right? And it's like, for example, here I have a illustration of how mediumship communication are doing, because the mediumship communication is doing to perispirit to perispirit. Like we used to think before, that when you say someone is possessed by the spirit, that we even see some illustration from the movies. For example, the movie Ghost. Remember the scene when he jumped inside of the body of Whoopi Goldberg, and she get possessed by the spirit of the guy, and she started to say and act like him. It's not like that's happened. It's like this very Hollywood illustration. The real situations happens completely different. It's doing the connection perispirit to perispirit, and then they transmit the thoughts, and the will of one to another. In this case, from the disincarnate to the incarnate. Like in this situation, we can see the medium is sitting in the table, and he's writing the letters that have been dictated by the spirits, disincarnate spirits that are beside him. So this incarnate spirits are sending him the message through the thoughts. That you say, just because that's why, because just him can hear what they are saying, because he's a connection from the perispirit and perispirit. It's not that he needs to jump inside of the body from the medium and write on his head. He manipulate everything through thoughts, right? Just let me see something. I have one more slide. Uh, Here say, then this my dictation is terrible today. Hmm. Good. The necessity of the incarnate spirit to provide. Sorry, there is a slide on the top top of the letter. The necessity of for the incarnation spirit to provide and nourish of the body, for its secure for its security and well-being, the constantly of of applying its faculties in researches, in exercise and developing them, render its union with matters useful for its advancement. That is why incarnation is necessity. It's a necessity. Besides, by the intelligence work it accomplished through its profit over matter, and aid in the transformation and material progress on the globe it inhabits. Thus, by progress itself, it concurs with the work of the creation, of who it is the agent. Uh, Sorry for my diction, I'm reading terrible today. Uh, Basically, what I can understand for him, we need to incarnate, we need this body, we need to be here in this situation to evolve ourselves. We need the conditions of these incarnations to evolve, as we said. And we have to, it's always duty to provide for our body the necessary stuff for its make ourselves. Like, I have to take care of my body. My body is my machine, my mechanism to be in this world, to complete my let's call mission, but in a very general words to say, to be here in this planet to complete. So I have to make, it's my duty, it's my obligation to nurture this body, to care of this body, and to make this a better machine to provide my environment, to provide my evolution as well. You know, and for example, when we are very negligent with ourselves, when we don't care, and we do this a lot, because we sometimes we eat bad things that's not good for our body. We drink things that's not good for our body. We do things with our body that is not good, and then after that we complain that our body is hurted, it's painful, and it's not good anymore. So of course there is a particular situation, but I'm talk about a very general situation. We have the responsibility to care and to be conscious about this responsibility, you know, because as the spirit teaches, everything that we do with our body is impressed as well in our spirit, because our spirit that is our second body is a impression. It's like everything that I do with my body can reflect in my spirit as well. So this mean what? This mean that if I hurt myself, if I hurt my body, and this make an impression, this leave an impression in my spirit, I will have to carry this for the next life. You know, and they explain a lot about this in the other books and the other situations when they especially in the Andrea Luiz books, when they talk a lot about how we damage our spirit with our bad habit in this on the incarnate life. And it's always responsible to make sure that our body will be held and can hold to the end of our programmation, let's say, because sometimes we can short this programmation because we don't care enough, or we just be negligent with our body, and then we can carry this, as I said, for the next life. And then is why if you have this conscious, why you have to do this? Why not care very good of this machine and make sure that we can use our full battery in this world, right? I think this is very, very important for us to have this in mind, to always be responsible, try to, I don't say, because I know that it's difficult sometimes to say, you have to eat healthy, and if you don't have the condition, but if you can, eat good, eat health, take care of your body good, because this is will be beneficial not just in this life, but you beneficial even on the next life as well, and the future lives. You know, it's kind of something that is a long-term uh, um, long-term benefit, not just in the short-term benefit. So that's why it's important. Let me see what else I have to say to you. So guys, I think is this what I brought to you today. I'm sorry today you'll be so short, but I'm still working, so I have to back to work. That's why. But as I said, this is a very simple and just a little taste of what is spirit per spirit and and the body. And if you want to research more, there is a lot of material on the internet from the spiritism, because thanks God we are having a lot of material in English, and I hope that this continue grow and this continue bring more material in English, because in Portuguese, for example, we have a lot, but for those who are not Portuguese speakers, sometimes it's difficult to find. But for example, the books of Kardec, especially the Genesis, that is talk very good about this, is from basically most of I took these informations I as I read here with you. So have a look if you have more interest in the subject. Have a look on the Genesis. You can find online for free the PDF of Genesis from Allan Kardec. You can find the books on Amazon as well, and on the Spirits book, they they have explanation about this as well. So if you want to really understand and get more clarification, that have a look on these books, on the Allan Kardec books, and you'll find very interesting, and everything in English, in French, and in Italy, in all the languages. So that is a very good thing, and it is a very trustable source. So have a message from her. Sue Maria, thank you very much, Sue, for being here with us. Before I go, I have some announcements. I would like to inform you guys that finally we are back in presential meetings from September. From the 4th of September, we are back with our presential speech. We have a new location, a new house. The address is on our Facebook page. So please, if you want to get the address or the information, please have a look on our Facebook page, and the address, the location is there. It's in W2, close to the Grand Canal. I hope that will be easy for you to access. And we will be there from 11:15. We will start, and we'll have the pass, the healing session, and the speech. Okay, and everyone is very welcome to back and join us. But just a quick reminder that unfortunately COVID is still here, so we have to follow some procedures and be careful. So the place has alcohol gel and has all the security guidelines in place there that is needed. So I hope that will be safe for everyone. And we continue with our activities online. We have our when we will have speeches online every 2 weeks Sunday, and one in person. But we won't cease our activities online. We will continue with activities online, and we will continue with, for example, our studies online as well. Our speeches every Tuesday and Thursday, 7:15 p.m. The studies is in the Zoom, so if you have interest, please send an email for us that we're going to send you the link to participate in the studies of Spiritism teachings. Sorry. And I think that's it. For more information, all this that I'm talking about is on it's in our Facebook page. I will have always we continue with our healing session, our passes every Tuesday from 7:30 as well. And this is not going to stop. Okay, don't worry about it. And I think that's it. Hope that you guys had enjoyed this moment with me. And let's enjoy this Sunday because it's still nice weather outside. Not so nice as yesterday or the rest of the week, but we are glad and thanks God we have an amazing week with full sun and warm. So now we need a little bit of rain as well, right? And to finalize, let's do our final prayer that we can go and enjoy the week. So let's raise our thoughts to the Master Jesus again and to the God, to the High Spirit. Say thank you very much for this moment. Thank you very much to be with us, to guide us, and to protect us in the moment that we need, that we can have an amazing week full of peace and love, and that we can use all the spiritual teaching in our day by day to grow and to improve ourselves. God be with us. So be it. So, guys, thank you very much again. Hope to see you soon. And go enjoy the weekend and have a great week. Thank you very much. Bye.